Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on Ludicrous Feed. Canada has a price for its Tesla Model 3, $45,600 in Canadian dollars. The Australian and Canadian currency is very similar. In fact, it's 1-to-1 according to Google today. But before you get too excited, there are a couple of things we need to consider between Australia and Canada in terms of pricing. We'll look at a couple of products, including the iPhone X and the Tesla Model S, and then we'll come up with a figure which I think will best represent how much we can expect to pay for a Tesla Model 3 in Australia. The Canadians can expect to pay $45,600 for their Tesla Model 3. This is pretty good considering the exchange rate between the US dollar and the Canadian dollar is about 0.7 to 1. So considering in the US the Tesla Model 3 is $35,000, that ratio is pretty good. So the Canadians aren't getting ripped off, unlike us sometimes, but I'll explain why our things cost a bit more. But basically the Canadian market is pretty good for the US because it's literally across the border. You can literally drive all their products to Canada. So that's a pretty good price to getting there. So will we expect to pay $45,600 for a Tesla Model 3? Let's take a look at a couple of examples. Let's look at the iPhone X or iPhone 10, depending how you want to pronounce it. So the iPhone X in Canada is $1,019. In Australia, this price is $1,579. The ratio between these two prices is Australia to Canada, 1.2 to 1. If you do the maths, it's approximately 1.2 to 1, so we're paying a bit more than Canada. Again, I've explained why we pay a bit more for things. It's to do with the fact that we're so far away. It costs more money to ship products to Australia from the US. So that's why we pay a bit more, even though our currencies are actually 1-to-1. Now, so you'd think that's how much we would pay for the Model 3. And I think that's a very good estimation. I'll tell you why. Let's look at the Tesla Model S. In Canada, they pay $96,500 for a Tesla Model S base model in New South Wales. We can expect to pay $130,000. I say New South Wales because each state is different if you go to the Tesla website, but I'll use New South Wales just for an example. That ratio is greater than 1.2 to 1. I'll tell you why it's greater than 1.2 to 1. Let's break down this $130,000 price. Even though it's $130,000 for a Tesla Model S, $11,000 is from a luxury car tax. Now in Australia, you need to pay luxury car tax for any car that's over $75,000 in price. On top of that, in New South Wales, we pay over $5,000 of stamp duty for that amount of money. Okay, so if we take away $11,000 and $5,000, this amount actually becomes $114,000. That's once you take away all the taxes. Now that Canadian price, that's Australia, that Canadian price was $96,500 for their Tesla Model S CA. So that ratio of $114,000 to $96,500 becomes 1.2 to 1. That was the same ratio that the iPhone X or iPhone 10 was as well. So like I said, the Canadians are going to be paying $45,600 for their Tesla Model 3. So how much can we expect to pay in Australia when it comes out? We use that same estimation that I've gone through. If we multiply that figure times 1.2, we get $54,720. That's without tax. Now, because that price is under $75,000, there's no luxury car tax on the Tesla Model 3, which is good. We don't have to pay that much money on top of that. But there is something called stamp duty. It's 3% under $45,000 and then 5% above $45,000 over that figure. So I've done the maths already. It's about $1,800 on top of that for stamp duty. So total price, different color. $56,520. That's what I've come up with. So a bit over $55,000 for the Tesla Model 3 once you add the tax. Of course, that's the very base model, the 220 mile range, which even the US guys aren't getting yet. They're forced to buy the 310 mile range vehicle. So I assume when the 310 mile range comes out to Australia, it's going to be a little bit more than that. But that is the 220 mile range Tesla Model 3 at its base price with no added features on top of what's already there standard. That's not bad, considering the US is $35,000. $56,520. Probably a bit more dear than the average Toyota Corolla, Toyota Camry, Ford Focus, that kind of average car. But it's fully electric. You've got to take away the petrol that you save as well if you lease a car over 5 years. But that's my estimation, $56,520 for a Tesla Model 3 when it's finally released in 2019. Alright guys, well thank you for watching. We're up to 52 subscribers. Had some good feedback from the Powerwall 2 video we did recently. So thank you again. Have a lovely day wherever you are in this world. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy charging. Hey, thanks for watching, and thank you for helping us to bring the electric vehicle revolution to Australia. If you've enjoyed our videos, please take a moment to hit subscribe. We really appreciate it. If you're close to buying a brand new Tesla, then lucky you. Use one of our promo codes on screen to unlock special goodies from Tesla. Happy charging!